Divine Feminine, if this January 9th feels quieter than you expected, if it feels strangely empty or still, it is not because something vital is missing. It is because something has finally completed. What you are feeling now is not emptiness, it is resolution. In the twin flame journey, days like this often mark the moment when endless waiting quietly dissolves. This feeling of being emotionally done did not appear out of nowhere. It has been growing softly beneath all your hope, patience, and understanding for a long time. Today simply amplifies what has already been true in your soul. It brings reality into sharp focus. When true presence has been absent for so long, your soul stops negotiating. You are not becoming cold, you are becoming clear. For so long, you carried the emotional weight of this connection by yourself. You held space through silence. You kept the bond alive across distance. You turned every mixed signal into meaning, and you did all of this because your heart was open and full of love. But the energy of this moment does not support maintaining a connection on hope alone. It exposes what is real by stripping away the distractions of longing. This is why your energy feels different today. You are not reaching out in the same way. You are not hoping in the same way. You are not waiting like you used to. Not because the love has disappeared, but because your nervous system has finally stopped believing in potential without presence. The emotional loops that once kept you in pain have quietly stopped spinning. Not because you forced them to stop, but because they no longer make sense to your heart. Divine Feminine, it is no coincidence that today falls on the 9th day. In the spiritual language of numerology, the number 9 carries the vibration of completion and closure. 9 is the final step in the sequence, the elder that holds the wisdom of every stage that came before. It contains the entire journey, from the first spark of hope to the trials and growth that followed, and transforms those experiences into understanding. The number 9 is a number of endings, release, compassion, forgiveness, and transcendence. It invites you to gather all you have learned and to surrender what no longer serves your becoming. Endings under the sign of 9 are sacred and purposeful. The 9 teaches us that an ending is not a failure, it is an initiation into the next chapter of your life. Just as day surrenders to night, and winter gives way to spring, so too does this cycle conclude to make room for rebirth. The completion signaled by the number 9 carries a quiet promise that a new beginning is already on its way, even if you cannot see it yet. On this January 9th, the energy of completion is especially strong around you. It is as if the universe is gently drawing a curtain closed on the chapter of pain you have been living. Whatever you have been enduring is coming to an end as the lesson has been fully learned. You have achieved something profound by growing through this journey, and because of that it's unlikely you'll ever have to repeat the same painful pattern again. The number 9 heralds that you are ready to level up, to step beyond the old loops and into a new story. It marks the final breath of an old cycle and the first inhale of a new one. Divine Feminine, today is an energetic turning point. Under the power of this 9th day, the cycle of pain ends at last. It does not end with a dramatic crash, but with a quiet truth settling over your heart. January 9th carries a frequency that will not allow emotional illusion to survive. It makes real presence undeniable and absence impossible to justify. If anything in this connection was built on fantasy or one-sided effort, this energy now exposes it. This is the day where longing turns into clarity, and the endless loop of hurt is finally broken. Why now? Because you have reached an internal threshold. You have given all you could, and your soul has absorbed the final lesson it needed. It's not that this state magically fixes everything, it's that today you cannot pretend anymore. The truth has risen to the surface, and you can no longer ignore the gap between what you hoped for and what is. When that realization fully dawns, the cycle of pain cannot continue. Something inside you simply refuses to spin in the old way even one day more. At earlier stages of this journey, you could convince yourself to hold on. You survived on uncertainty, waiting through silence, reinterpreting distance as divine timing, making excuses for one-sided love. You believed patience was virtue, that enduring the pain was proof of devotion. But now, at this point of completion, all those translations fall apart. The connection is stripped down to bare truth, what is being lived, not what is imagined. Your body and heart can no longer ignore what is missing. This is not sadness returning, it is illusion leaving. Emotional completion happens when your heart stops arguing with reality. In the stillness of this moment, you stop explaining away his absence. You stop softening the truth to keep the dream alive. You stop postponing your own peace for a someday that never comes. With the noise of hopeful illusion gone, the truth becomes loud. And that truth is that something has ended within you. Not love itself, but the struggle. Not your caring, but the constant labor of holding a connection together on your own. A calm recognition settles in that you have done all you can, and the cycle as it was is over. This ending feels quiet, not dramatic, because it is born of acceptance. You did not give up, in a fit of despair, you simply released what was never yours to control. Your system has finished processing the lesson of this cycle, the lesson of waiting, of hoping without reciprocation, of pouring energy into a void. Now that the lesson is integrated, there is nothing left to hold on to but peace. You are not closing your heart, you are closing the loop of pain. Once this internal ending occurs, the twin flame journey cannot continue in the same painful pattern. Something must change now, naturally and inevitably. Either the connection will transform and meet you with real presence, or it will fade out of your life. Only truth can move forward from here. January 9th is not the end of your love story, it is the end of your suffering. It clarifies your path so that only what's genuine remains on it. The cycle of pain is over, and a new chapter rooted in truth is beginning to dawn. You have shifted profoundly, and this shift will not go unnoticed on an energetic level. There may have been no big announcement, no confrontation or dramatic goodbye, yet everything is different now. You have quietly withdrawn the constant stream of energy that once flowed toward your counterpart. The connection now stands on its own, unassisted, and its truth is laid bare. The masculine may feel this change even if he cannot articulate it. He may suddenly sense what he interprets as distance, a void where your warmth used to be. But it is not distance, it is equilibrium. It is the space of you standing in your own energy, no longer leaning forward to keep the connection alive. From his perspective, something feels off or missing, but in truth, nothing new has been taken away. You have simply stopped giving beyond what you receive. This is why he might feel you pulling away, not because you intentionally withdrew your love, but because you ceased holding up both sides of the connection by yourself. Perhaps he feels a wall that wasn't there before. But it is not a wall of rejection, it is a boundary of integrity. You have not slammed a door on him, you have merely closed the door on abandoning yourself. The feminine energy that once bridged every gap has gently receded. She is no longer meeting him halfway when meeting halfway required her to step away from herself. The connection is now allowed to exist only where there is mutual presence and effort. For the masculine, who may have grown used to you always reaching out, this shift can be confusing. He might feel a sudden absence of your energy. Yet it is not truly an absence of you. It is the full presence of you with yourself. It is your sovereignty making itself known. Your energy has returned to your center, answering to your own truth rather than extending to accommodate his inconsistency. This energetic withdrawal is gentle but resolute. It isn't designed to provoke a reaction from him, though it might. It is simply the natural consequence of your healing. From the outside, nothing dramatic may have happened, but on the inside you know there is no going back. Once you have reclaimed your energy and loyalty to yourself, you cannot unknow this peace or pretend to need what you no longer need. The masculine is left to feel the true weight of his own choices. Without your constant encouragement and energetic buffering, he is faced with the reality of what is, the emptiness or fullness that he brings to the connection. If he reaches out now, it will have to be from a place of genuine intent, because your soul will no longer engage in half measures or hollow promises. And if he does not reach out, the connection will simply remain in this quiet, neutral state, no longer consuming your life. Either way, the dynamic has transformed. What he feels as a loss is in fact the restoration of balance. You have returned to your own rhythm, and he will sense that shift even if he doesn't fully understand it. The ball is in his court, but you are not watching that court or holding your breath. You are standing tall in your own life, finally free. Divine Feminine, this is what it means to walk forward now. The desperation and anxiety that once drove you have melted away, and in their place is a deep, unshakable calm. The craving that used to gnaw at your heart, the longing for his attention, the ache for things to be different, has been gently replaced by a sense of peace. This calm may feel unfamiliar at first. You might even wonder if you have become numb, or if you simply don't care anymore. But nothing is wrong. In truth, what has left you is not love, but fear. What has departed is the constant tension of wanting something just out of reach. Now you find yourself fully present in your own life in a way you haven't been for a long time. You wake up and your first thought is no longer about what is missing, but about what is here. Your nervous system is no longer bracing for disappointment, or scanning the horizon for a sign. It finally relaxes into the present moment. This is the peace not of getting what you once wanted, but of no longer feeling that you lack anything. It is the profound relief of not living in perpetual anticipation. Calm has become your new normal. And calm does not chase. It does not pursue. It simply remains. In this state, you stop measuring the connection by how intense or dramatic it feels. You begin measuring it by how stable it feels, how safe, how consistent, how true. The question you ask yourself is no longer, do I feel butterflies in chaos? But, do I feel at peace? If the answer is no, your heart quietly understands that this is not meant for you. If the answer is yes, it will be because the connection is mutual and grounded in real presence, not in one-sided yearning. Presence has become your guiding light. You now require real, tangible presence from anyone who is to share your space, and you offer the same in return. No more dreaming of what could be, you are interested in what is. No more chasing love, you allow love to meet you, here and now, or not at all. In the past, you were in pursuit of answers, of reassurance, of a destined outcome. Now you stand still in your truth and let what is meant for you align with you. This is not giving up on love, it is giving up on fear. It is the end of running after something and the beginning of allowing something real to arrive in its own time. As you move forward in this calm, you will notice how much more energy you have for your own life. Your days feel richer even though nothing external may have changed. That's because you are no longer leaking energy into worry and waiting. You are no longer living half in the future and half in the past. You are fully here. You make decisions based on your joy and inner guidance, not on trying to manage the twin flame connection. Ironically, this grounded presence in yourself is exactly the space in which true love could flourish. But you are no longer attached to the outcome. You have surrendered the chase and found yourself. From this place, whatever is meant for you will join you of its own accord. If your twin flame is to walk beside you, it will happen through his conscious choice and consistent action, not through your sacrifice or pursuit. If union is meant to manifest, it can only do so now from truth, not tension, from presence, not pursuit. And if it is not meant to be, you will still be whole. In fact, you will be more than whole, you will be free. Free to experience love in all its forms without the shadow of lack. Calm has replaced craving. Presence has replaced pursuit. You stand in the fullness of your own being, knowing that what is real will remain and what is false will fall away. This serenity is not the end of your story, it is the beginning of a new one, a story written in clarity, self-worth, and trust. Divine Feminine, take comfort in the knowledge that this ending is truly a new dawn. The cycle of pain has run its course, and with its end comes the promise of a gentler path. You have not lost your twin flame, or the love within your heart, you have found yourself. And in finding yourself, you have also found peace. What you have released is only that which was hurting you. What you have gained is everything that will heal you. This closing of a painful chapter is not a tragedy. It is a quiet triumph of the soul. It is the moment you step out of the shadow of longing and back into the light of your own wholeness. You might feel a mix of relief and sadness, relief that the turbulence has ceased, and a tender sadness for the dream that didn't unfold as you hoped. Allow both feelings to wash through you. Then breathe deeply and feel how solid you are in your own skin now. There is a newfound strength in you, born from all that you've learned and all that you've let go. Know that you are exactly where you need to be. Every ounce of love and effort you gave has helped shape the wise, compassionate person you are now. The ending of this cycle is the universe's way of aligning you with your highest truth. From here on, your journey will be rooted in reality and reciprocity. There is no need to fear or rush what comes next. You are no longer waiting on anyone else's choices to determine your happiness. Your life is yours again, and it is brimming with possibilities. If your twin flame is meant to join you in this new energy, he will find his way when the time is right. If not, your path will still be rich and meaningful, as it has always been. You are not dependent on a specific outcome to live a fulfilling life. In releasing this pain, you have liberated yourself. The weight that was on your chest for so long has lifted. The future is not an if/then conditional promise anymore. It is an open horizon, ready to receive you day by day. Emotional completion is not the end of love, it is the end of suffering. Love itself remains, now purified and clarified. You can love someone and still move forward. You can hold gratitude for what they awakened in you, even as you focus on your own growth. This stage of your journey means you are no longer waiting to be chosen, you have chosen yourself. You are no longer unfinished or on hold. You are whole and moving with the flow of life. So step forward now with a calm heart and quiet confidence. You are free to embrace whatever comes, or whatever leaves, with grace. You have passed through the fire and come out refined. The power of the number 9 has woven completion into your story, an ending, a resolution, and an opening to a new chapter. Today, the cycle of pain ended. But this ending is also a beginning. It is the moment the clouds part and clarity shines through. It is the moment you come home to yourself. In that home, there is peace. In this clarity, only truth remains, and that truth is your foundation for everything beautiful that awaits.